Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment of our program brought to you by Parkside Cabin Rentals. If you're looking for a cozy cabin in the Smokies near Gatlinburg, they are the perfect place to turn to. If you're looking for a bigger retreat facility a little further out in Sevier County, bingo, Parkside Cabin Rentals. You see the website right there. They have you covered. Dozens of floor plans to choose from. It's a perfect getaway. If you just want to do it yourself, that is the thing to do. Parkside Cabin Rentals for you, your significant other, or 20 of your best friends. They got it all. Parkside Cabin Rentals. All right. Did this last week. Now let's update it.
Yeah.
It's now a three-way tie for the SEC lead. You see the remaining schedules for each of the three teams tied up there. Tennessee, Kentucky, LSU, all at 12-2 in the conference. You see the remaining, the SEC records for each of those remaining teams on each schedule. Tennessee's remaining foes are 36-20. That's the best mark. Kentucky's remaining foes are 34-22 in the SEC. LSU's remaining foes, 20-36. So Tennessee has the hardest path. LSU has the easiest path. Quickly, who wins the SEC? Just quickly. Who we got? Chuck, who wins?
I'm still going to go with LSU because they got a game in hand against both Tennessee and Kentucky.
He goes LSU, Mike Strange. Quickly.
I think there's going to be co-champions at 13-3, and it's probably going to be LSU and Tennessee.
Okay, Josh.
Yeah, I'm going to say the exact same thing, and LSU gets the 1 seed in the tournament with the head-to-head win against Tennessee.
LSU because of head-to-heads.
I'll take LSU because they got the easiest schedule still. But I think if we had to choose right now, Kentucky's playing the best basketball.
Yes.
In the
Correct.
league.
Yes.
All right.
Absolutely.
Here's the next one. Tennessee versus Joe Lunardi's field. Now, this was his bracketology report as of yesterday. Tennessee has 10 teams that are on his on their schedule that are also in his field. They have played 7 of those teams. They played Florida twice. There's the results. Beat Louisville, lost to Kansas in overtime, beat Gonzaga, beat Alabama, beat Florida twice, lost to Kentucky, lost to LSU in overtime. They've still got, this is where it's tough, 3 of your last 4 teams are all fighting for NCAA bids right now. But over on the right, Tennessee's points in regulation. So take the overtime against Kansas and LSU out of it. What you see there, this is a Tennessee team that's been averaging 83.5, 84 points a game. You don't see a lot of 84-pointers there. Now, does that worry you, that scoring goes away? Or do you say, well, these are tournament teams. What do you expect? I mean, for Alabama, remember that one when Tennessee was rolling and then they opened the SEC play, a tough game against Alabama, and people started to freak? No, Alabama's NCAA tournament capable team. Thoughts on what you see here? Does it worry you about the NCAA tournament, or do you say, nah, you're 5-3, you're okay?
I think it affects the confidence with where Tennessee is moving forward because I will repeat.
Fan confidence or player confidence? Or both?
I do wonder about player confidence a little bit, at least compared to where it was earlier in the season when they're rolling the way that they were. But I think that all is a reminder that this competition, when you go up against it from an NCAA standpoint, it's not Vanderbilt, which Tennessee actually has had some issues with at times. It's not Missouri or South Carolina even. When you play against tougher teams, they're going to cause problems for you as well. If Tennessee makes some of the necessary corrections, they should still be fine.
The nice part for me is the NCAA tournament gives you new breath to a season. And so if you struggle down the stretch, it very well can allow all the pressure to come off. You get some better, some easier wins under your belt early rounds of the tournament. And then it's about matchups down the stretch.
Like the South Carolina and Syracuse teams we talked about earlier.
I looked at that chart. They may be averaging 84 points a game, but there was only one of those games where they scored.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so they aren't hitting that against those teams.
Yeah, and that doesn't bother me. That's the level of the competition you're playing.
I think it underlines what we talked about last week. Is you better get your defense in order.
Right. You're getting the best shot from everybody, and at least one or more of these teams may need to beat you to get into the NCAA tournament.
Right.
You know, and that gets tough when you're going up against that.
Those teams might have tired legs too.
They sure might.
Again, this is why I can't focus on the numbers much, because early in the season we talked about how awesome it was that Tennessee could win games at different styles, right? Less points, more points. That's a good thing. The bigger thing to me is not the points. It's the fact that now there looks like there is not the same cohesion amongst the team. Moving the basketball, our assists are down. Maybe it's because we're missing shots, but I also think it's because we're not as together offensively. Same thing defensively. We're not rotating like we were. We talked about earlier in the year, defensively, we would help the helper a ton. Our rotations were great. We're a step slower. Maybe it's fatigue like you talk about. Maybe it's guys who are in their own head thinking about NBA status, SEC Player of the Year, all that stuff. I don't know, but that's the more concerning part for me.
All right, very good. When we come back, will Tennessee get its revenge on Kentucky? We'll tell you how they'll do this week. They got a road game at Ole Miss, then Kentucky. It's a tough week. they're going to have 2 tough weeks coming up. That's what. Next, come on back on the Sports Whistle.